I want to touch base here because if y'all can hear me or not. Touch base on my M1240 set. Give a shout out there. Some of the others playing the game since day one. Chaos Dragons can get a structure deck, but this is why I would like to see an old Invincible Fortress reimagining. Does Exodia's cousin here, but Mega Rock Dragon. Remember the old Emancipators, the Rock Synchro deck, and like it abused Block Dragon. So like that's a old school removal and everything. Premature. Pretty sure it's still limited or banned. If not, you can play 3. I'm just gonna like side scroll some cards. Back in the day, flip effect monsters were key, and you got this new trap. I'll get to the trap in a minute. But like Soul Absorption, you banish the rock, summon Gynaeus, and Gynaeus leaves the field. You destroy all spell traps on the field. Breakless Greed in here. So check this. Pay 300, rearrange face down these 2 monsters. Yep. So you can like flip them face up, face down. Exodia's cousin. It's not really Exodia because it would have Exodia, but it's Exod, so it's his cousin. Tribute to Sphinxes. The 3 Sphinxes are like when one's monster says when a monster is returned to the hand or top of the deck, you make your opponent discard card. The other one says you can't attack face down, so as long as it's on the field. So, and like flip effect, when a flip monster is flip summoned, or flip is flip face up, flip summon, you flick 1,000. So it's like it's got some old school burn, and burn was key back in the day. The MS Pacers, when you have nothing else to do, you can't synchro or anything, banish all those rock monsters, and if you have Soul Absorption, the face up continuous spell where each monster is banished, or each card is banished, you gain 500. So you banish all your rocks in grave, you gain 500 per each one, and this gains 700. So let's say you got 5 Earths you banish, that makes this 3,000 attack, 3,000 defense, and it's a level 7 giant rock monster. So yeah, it's like bounce a card. Yeah, so Guardian Sphinx, when flip or attack, you bounce it. And here's a key card for old school burn, because I also use this for the old mine deck. Send a rock from deck to grave, inflict 500. So like burn life points. So yeah, so I'm gonna find. Just going over the basics here. It's like these are just like go for the reprints even though they cost more, because the old ones like were counterfeit Zordo back in the day. Storm of Battle, like 500. It's like playing that. So it's like 1,000 for each face up on the field, and after that you destroy them all. So you have 3 Mind Golems. You do 3,000, then you destroy them all. That's an extra 3. No, that's your 500. So that's a total of that's gonna be like 4,500 damage. So y'all can do some serious burn, but these are just old school. This is in the Fortress deck. So you set this card face down, and they attack into it. You flip it face up. His defense automatically becomes to 700 times whatever's banished. So if there's like, you have like, so if they attack into it with a 3,000, and you have like a, let's say Green Maju, they attack into it with Green Maju. This defense adds up on here, and it's just your rock monsters that are banished, and you somehow negate their, let's say Forbidden Chalice, the Green Maju, and makes it like, or just negates this effect, becomes 0, then it gains 400 from Forbidden Chalice, and then that's like 3,000. It's like 2,600 damage to them because it's 400 attack versus 3,000 defense, comparing to the 5 Earth Rock monsters that are banished. So, and this will go great for MS Pacers. Like you just banish everything. Good. Another old school. Once during each ectoplasm, player attributes a face-up monster, his side of the field, inflicts damage to the opponent's life points equal to half the original attack. So if I summon Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, I activate this, I end my attack with it, and it's not quite game, I attribute to Blue Eyes and inflict damage. So, yeah. There's that. Trap Darkness, if your life points are low. I'm surprised Donafira hasn't played this yet, but like, banish Magic Cylinder, become Magic Cylinder. So, yeah. Curse of Darkness, Layer of Darkness people, I'm sure are playing it now. Each time a spell card is activated, when it resolves. So let's say they activate Pot of Pot of Desires or Pot of Prosperity or Extravagance, Pot of Extravagance, banish all the cards when it resolves. Chain this to it. Chain to activation when it resolves, and the pot card resolves. They take 1,000 on top of banishing their extra deck. So, I'm going to cover the story, or someone should cover the story. Maju. Yeah, so this is the final form of the actual Maju. Let's see, Maju Garget is he was featured in the Pyramid of Light movie back in the day when most of us were like middle school or high school back then before going to GX. Then it turned into Great Maju. Maju, you tribute 2 monsters, the total attack comes at. Combine. Great Maju, you tribute 1. So let's say you tribute an Obelisk Tormentor that you just can't attack with Obelisk for some reason. You tribute, it becomes 8,000 attack. So Legendary, you tribute all of them, and it does piercing, which is like trample and magic, just attack over defense. And Emperor, tribute 3, and your opponent can't activate cards during the battle phase. And then, I guess, typed that wrong. And it's like Green Maju. These are all effects. Oh yeah. So when Green Maju is just the interdimensional servant of the. I want to say a Maju deck because we got this Maju, you got the actual Maju Garzette. So like, this is probably the interdimensional version, alternate universe, but yeah. So it's just something to think about, and then so I'll get to it. Where was it? So I'll get to it. For the old flip effect decks, like if you want to pick up worms, like that could be crazy. Someone, I don't know if this is in this isn't in Master Duel yet, but change many monsters on the field as possible to face down defense. Then if there's any face up, so if there's any link monsters, you send those to grave. So that's why links aren't that good. So you could this is the most recent Mana Earbug. You can make a Mana Earbug deck now too. So so you have this on the field, flip it. During battle it flips and it destroys, but it still gets destroyed unless you make it where it can't be destroyed. So just like have it on the field and then flip it, stay alive and flip it, destroy a monster. So it's like you got the old flip school decks, so you can like not jar decks, but still. But the Karma card is great for the jar decks if anybody wants to try to play that in real life. The old worm decks from Dual Terminal, say Dual Terminal. So tribute a reptile worm. It's like worms are all reptiles. So it's like that's one of the main boss monsters. So I'm gonna find it. Goes great with this. Say use a Worm's X is a foolish burial, so you just like summon it and send its grave, and this in your graveyard you can special summon it in face down defense, and basically when it's flip face up, return a 5 clear. So one face up monster, return it to a opponent's hand. So yeah. And Nebula, change all your face down monsters on the field to face up defense. It means like you have all these monsters face down, flip them face up, you get their effects. And then the end phase, you can flip them all face down, and you draw one for each, and then you special summon the Worm King to the field. So, yeah. This is just add the Worm. So, honestly, I don't know what I want to play. There's so many decks I can play. So, there we go. Oh, I'm typing that. It's like computer error. Play. This is just cards easier to find. I mean, you just teach your player because it's about debating on what to actually pick up. That or just wait. Yeah, original are, if you want to read the mangas, the original manga is dark. The series is dark. Yu-Gi-Oh! R is like when the wicked gods, like Wicked Avatar, Eraser, and the alternate evil version of Obelisk. So, so we'll find, there's like castle chests. It's like chess monsters, which is castle monsters. So there's a video game for it. There's that Unbound Kingdom, I think, where it's like MMO. It's like turn-based MMO, I guess. So just gonna find all. Obelisk. Most of these have been reinvented, but I feel like the Dragon's Roar would be like a redo of Joey Wheeler's or something. Future Zombie Madness, I guess they redid, but the new zombies didn't have vampires. I think they should redo a vampire with Vampire Genesis. Warriors Triumph is basically Noble Knights, I guess. Blazes Fury Deep's been redone in like over the years, but not as a structure deck. Unless you count the ones with Atlanteans in it. Blaze Destruction, some Fortress, Lord of the Storm. Yep. All these have been redone. So, and Chaos Dragons should get a redo. Just more low-key Chaos Dragon reprint. So, yeah. Boss monster in this is vampires have so much, but I think they should make a utility around this one. Tribute banish a vampire lord, special summon it. Technical errors. Yeah, it went away. Yeah. This is probably Wikipedia. I don't know if anybody else had it. Discard zombie. Target one zombie in graveyard. Level S. Discard. Special summon it. And basically, the old Vampire Lord decks where you declare card type and the opponent sends out the grave. So, yeah. Blaze Destruction. So it's basically a fire burn deck, so it was actually pretty good. But this just like banish 5, destroy spell traps. It's not that really great, but it's level 9, so I guess you can like try and toss in something. But I feel like, well, now you mention it, level 9 fire. You could. You have to tribute summon it, so you have to tribute 2 monsters. Can't be special summoned. So honestly, if you play like 3 Levitor, 3 Endo Generator, and 1 of the boss where it keeps them from being destroyed, and you manage to summon this somehow, or Legacy Monstrosity because it's level 9, I guess you can do that. But banish 5, destroy spell traps, but it's so much backward removal, it's easier than to use this. And this is probably like not even that great. So yeah, this is the only time it was actually played was in the video games. I want to see a Beast King deck, so I'm probably gonna. Actually, I might play Beast King deck. I'm not sure. Underdog, like normal it. It's effects negated. Do what you gotta do. Yep. Invincible Fortress. I just went over it. It's all the cards. So Breakless Greed was meta a few times. Double structure deck for some more. I forgot what Dark Coffin does. Yeah, Ninjutsu Transformation. So Dark Coffin. When this face-down card is destroyed, since the graveyard, your opponent selects one of these cards, discard a random card from their hand, select one monster on the field, destroy it. So you set this and your opponent destroys it, they have to discard a card or destroy a monster on their side of the field. So yeah, so set this. It's like artifacts. They blow up the artifact site, you summon this artifact site, and you can't special summon from extra deck. So it's like Security Orb was like that. Smorg for Infinity. It's not that great, but tribute this card, tribute summon this card, tribute win monsters. Each player takes 1,000 during their end phases. This card stays up. This damage is decreased by 500 for every spell trap that the player controls. So I believe the old ruling was you control or they control. So yeah. Yeah, if they control a bunch of spell traps, you reduce the in-phase damage. But if you make where they can't play the spell traps, then like you summon this, summon Dark Smorg, anti-spell fragrance, yeah. Anti-spell fragrance, Dark Smorg, they can't set cards with Dark Smorg, and they can't play the spell cards because they have to set spell cards for a turn because anti-spell fragrance. So play those 2 cards, summon this, every in-phase will take an extra 1,000. So yeah. So you can throw that into Smorg deck, and like Wikipedia actually gives you a little advice on the deck. So yeah. So for Dark Smorg gets a card, and it was meta at one point. Stays up on field. This card's also a wind. Banish the dark and a wind, and your opponent cannot set cards. So that was anti-spell fragrance. They can't really do much. So, and you can use Dark Smorg with Ninjutsu Transformation with the Grandmaster Hanzo. So, Grandmaster Hanzo, where are you, Hanzo? There. Okay, so use like normal, add Ninjutsu art, set it, they summon a monster, send both, and summon Dark Smorg, and flip anti-spell fragrance, and it's kind of convenient. So these are just random old deck ideas. I have no idea what to play. So either I'm judging, and if I'm not judging and I'm at the event, I'll play, but I'll probably do the side events because I honestly don't know. But I am getting to the point where I need to do other things like other hobbies, and I'm going to focus on motorcycles and stuff. So just last 2 years been busy, but yeah, all these old decks. Wikipedia has old decks. YouTube has old deck profiles, like the old Dragoon deck profile when Harat King and Tome come out. Got other decks with it, so there's like Destrudo, Zephyros, Atome, Red Ice Arcus Metal, so many other decks, and it's just like, honestly don't know what to play. But still, later.